I
We'll
know,
be
don't.
live just about now. Good evening, folks. Thanks for coming in. Hope you're all safe and well. So tonight we have the guest we were meant to have last week, but she got held up, so we had to postpone to this week. So we have Michelle Graham with us tonight, fellow Glaswegian, urbex explorer, and a wee bit of a history buff as well. So Michelle's from Glasgow, I'm from Glasgow, so I hope you can understand us as time goes on. But I'm sure it'll be fine. You know, we'll get all right. So how are we doing, Michelle?
I'm good, thank you. Good.
It's good to finally have you on.
I know. I'm so sorry about last week. Traffic as usual.
I thought you were talking about the traffic in Glasgow.
No, Birmingham.
Because, obviously you'll be able to say I'm stuck in traffic and that, and so I just automatically assumed Glasgow. And then when you later on you said you were in Birmingham, I thought, wait a minute, she's not in Glasgow, she's down south, she's in Birmingham. So I've been there a few times.
Football game as well at the same time, so it was a bit like hectic. So apologies. That's
all right. You forget you're on new anyway. That's the main thing. So Michelle's on TikTok. That's how I found her doing her TikTok videos. So tell us a wee bit about yourself, Michelle. I'm going to put you on the spot. No about personal stuff, like PIN numbers and that. You can tell me that later on. But,
So I work for the bank, usually Monday to Friday, but I do like doing the whole history and out and about, stuff like that. I started the TikTok with Bo, my pug, and then people were fat shaming him.
Fat shaming the pug. There's my other half. She's in the next room. Hey, B.
Oh.
They were fat shaming your pug.
Yeah. He's sitting here now, so they were being a wee bit naughty to him. So then I was just doing different things. I started taking him to different places just for a walk, and then just started going to different locations, and it kind of took off for there. So, but I actually do like that. I like getting out and about. I hate sitting in, Scott. So that's really it. But I'm a banker Monday to Friday, so it's boring.
Aye, it's no. There's Laura, and she's one of yours, and she's a good friend of yours as well. Hello, Michelle. Lovely to meet you. Same. I can't say same to you, Gaffer, but hello to you too. Laura, you and I'll talk tomorrow, dog. Don't worry. I'll be seeing you the next day or two anyway. So she only stays 2 minutes away from me.
Oh, does she?
Aye, she's just down the hill in a wee bit, and because we stay in the posh bit, you see, we stay in the new builds.
Right, okay.
So she's literally 2 minute walk.
Well, Pollok to there.
Aye, Pollok to posh. Well, no, don't get me wrong. Pollok came up because they built Silverburn.
Well, so they did actually. I don't think it's as good as Braehead though, but it's alright.
No. See,
I like Pollok Park. I like the Highland Cove.
Oh, you're reading. She's nice. She turned 9 yesterday. See that?
Right.
I'm no fear. I have binoculars. She's always makes you thingy. Our man Craig, our other half, he goes to college. He's doing filming photography and stuff. And one day posted up on the page pictures. Okay. He'd been out and about taking pictures, and I was looking at the pictures, and I thought, that's your house. So he'd been across the street taking a picture, and he didn't even bother coming in.
Right.
So I says to Sarah, that's your house. He was outside taking pictures. Well, he's a harmless guy, but he is under, I can say for Laura anyway. When she's got
you break up a bit, Scott.
I'm breaking up. Can you hear me now?
You're breaking up a wee bit. Maybe it's just my phone or my connection. I can hear you now, aye.
Right. Don't say that, because we've only just started.
I know. No, I can hear you now. I think it must be a certain... I don't know whether it's maybe just my phone.
No, I can hear you fine.
So it's a bit like...
I can hear you fine, but obviously, so they built Silverburn and Pollok, which I thought was a big mistake. I mean, you thought about Pollok, and they built this big multi-million-pound shopping centre.
I mean, it is good. You can never have enough shopping centres, so let's be honest. I'm not complaining at that.
That's shocking. I'm putting in my resignation. I know the number. She's threatened so many times. She's a bit under the weather now, bless her wee socks. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But she's harmless when she's alone in a locked up room. She can't do any harm.
that's good to know.
The wee Eileen, Eileen's from Phantom Seekers Paranormal. Hi, Doc. Hope you're keeping well. See, I love Bray Head. And by the way, folks, I'm going to be talking about urbex and stuff like that, but just talk shopping centres now. So your shows, Michelle, I should have explained to you, sometimes they can go any direction. We can talk about, cooking recipes or double glazing or can be anything. But we eventually get round to the subject in hand.
Right, okay.
You know
Well,
what I
I'm
mean?
glad to know. I don't mind talking about shopping centres right enough. Cooking, not so much, but...
I'm lovable, anti-Ireland. I'll let they two debate that in the chat. Did you say cooking?
I'm not a cook.
Are you not a cook?
Nah, I'm not a cook. I'm a shopper. I can do shopping centres and chat, but I'm not a cook.
Right, you sound like Sarah, my other half. She can shop. She can, Amazon, Shein, you name it.
Yeah.
Are you the same?
Aye, ain't like that at all. Ain't at all.
TikTok shop as well.
TikTok shop, I don't really rate it that much. It's all right, but I went a bit nuts to begin with, and then all the stuff I just thought was crap or it broke, and I thought, no, I'm not doing that anymore. So no, I like to get out. I like TK Maxx.
TK Maxx is the one in Silverburn's actually quite good. I'm looking at these comments, exactly what I was just thinking, Sarah. Well, I've not seen anything else with Sarah. Now, Scott, let's be serious. Sensible. Okay, Eileen, I'll try. Right. I don't know what Sarah said, exactly what I was just thinking, Sarah. So they must have mailed each other. I don't know, because I can't see anything else with Sarah's name on it. I think the best place to shop in Glasgow.
Primark.
The Primark, aye. No, I meant the shopping, aye, Sarah. Aye, right, go you noodle. She bet Sarah's the same.
Right, okay.
I like Primark, stuff like that, but the bars, can't beat the bars. All right, it's not the same as it used to be.
Is that still a thing?
The bars, it died right down for about 3 or 4 years. See, when I was a kid, my mum used to take us to bars every Christmas Eve. It was a tradition. And so growing up, kids and stuff like that, still did it. And but then it kind of died a death. But the last 3-4 years, maybe it started to come back to life again. And there's a wee sweetie shop round the back end called Glickman's. It's been there since 1923. And I used to get into it as a way, and it was still open. And so every time we're in a chat away to the wee woman, obviously I'm Glaswegian, I'll talk to a hedge. We could talk to head, we could talk to anybody. And
Of course.
she says that the wee shop is the bar is starting to come back to life again. There's a rule. Aye, so a rule.
So
Aye, bar is.
It's not a market then. I thought it was like a what do you call that? Like an old-fashioned market? No.
It's an indoor and outdoor market. They've got big warehouse buildings, got stalls in it, and then they've got stalls outside as well.
Right. Aye, that's what I thought it was, but I wasn't sure like if you could go shopping or anything. And I just thought it was like folk came and like sell like what do you call that? Like blockade? Is that a thing? Like that?
Oh,
kind
the
of
card
thing,
boots.
like sell their meat and all that.
I don't know. It used to be years ago you could buy anything in the bars.
Right, okay.
You know, and there was stalls that sold crap basically, as you get everywhere. But there was stalls that sell, they would sell clothes, you name it, But the one thing I always loved about the bar is, that's what I was just going to say, you could get anything. If you went to a stall and you say to the guy, look, I'm looking for a chopper bike, Mind the chopper bikes you used to get? Like that. Give me 10 minutes and I'll be straight back with it. And 10 minutes wait be back. You could ask him for anything. Do you know what I mean? A Thai bride or something like that. Aye, 10 minutes, I'll be back.
See, they were the good old days. You don't get that now. You just get them saying £2 for a pound.
Aye, sports socks, £2 for a pound. But basically, I always say you could get anything in the bars. And it was a great atmosphere. You just didn't go there to shop. You could just go and wander about. And everybody was your pal. You know what I mean? And everybody would talk to you, say hello to you and all the rest of it. And it was just a great atmosphere. But it started to come up. You need to take a trip down on a Saturday, Sunday.
See, the back bit is called Bad now. It's all been done up, so you can go, let's see your gigs and all that.
Aye.
You can go there for a gig now and it's really good. But I didn't know, like, the whole shopping bit. So, you never know.
Aye.
If I need a Thai bride.
No, well, I'll see. Basically, you could get anything you wanted at the bar. Go to the bar, you should pick that up.
Aye.
And it was always 10 minutes. Always amazed me because I used to think, where do they go in 10 minutes? And they can come back with whatever you want. You know, whatever you've asked for. But anyway,
I know.
We'll talk about you. This is what I mean. Sometimes your shows can take a wee while to get off the mark, or sometimes they'll get off the mark and then we'll totally diverse to something else. Do you know what I mean? But it works well. I think it's a good way. So, how did you get into the whole urbex exploring game?
There's no really anything that I done specifically. I just started. I love Hartwood, so I live next. Well, no, I stay quite near Hartwood, the hospital, the old hospital.
Aye.
It became like my thing. Like, I absolutely love it. And then people were uploading things on TikTok about like different, like going to the tunnels and stuff like that, and I just love it now. And then a few of my pals, they've been doing the same as well, although they don't want to be on camera. They hate the camera. And I just think, just because I do like history and stuff like that as well, don't know, it's just dead interesting. Probably makes me a geek, to be honest, but
no, not really. Well, if it makes you a geek, there's a hell of a lot of geeks in this country. Do you know what I mean? There's a hell. I mean, some of the buildings, like Hartwood, we've been wanting to do Hartwood, but Sarah says we drove up to it, I don't know, must be a couple of years ago now, and it was all fenced off.
Aye, but there's a sneaky link. Like, at all of them, like, this is the good thing. So you think, like, people think, oh, you can't get in there, you can't get in this part, or there's bits that aren't even, that people haven't saw yet. But I think just going in and finding different ways, then that's quite a good buzz on its own as well. Like, there is a bit in the fence that you can kind of squeeze through it and move the bit of the metal, and you can get right. Me and my pal Jamie were right down in the tunnels and everything. It was brilliant.
So I'd love to get into. I'd love to get into the. We've got an American team as well, and I say Jennifer, she's the American side, and you know they've got the big sanatoriums and sanitariums, what have you, there, and they're abandoned and stuff. And you get, I watch a lot of horror films. You always see the big long basement. You know what I mean? And there's always somebody who's doing. And I'd love to, I've said this to Sarah a few times, I'd love to just wander down there, a big long basement and an abandoned house for it. But we don't have anything like that here. As I said, we did try, there's a fine line between breaking and entering and urbex. But that's true, but if there's already a gap there, then I was told this ages ago, I can't mind 2 hours, but if there's already a gap there, then you're not really breaking and entering because you're just kind of walking in.
Yeah, we didn't break it. Somebody told us about it because we went up a few times and couldn't get in. And then obviously, you know what it's like, people kind of start to tell you different things. So then we go in. But you know what it's like, you just go in, you have a look and then put it all back as if you were never there.
Aye, and we were never here.
Yeah.
So, some of the buildings we have not only investigated, but it's supposed to have been amazing. But I'm sure Mr. Mathieson will tell you more. But as it is, some of the build we tried to get into the old in Paisley, the old RAH
Right.
in Paisley. We went doing one day, and we were trying to look for a way, but it was near. It was all boarded up and stuff like that, locked up. So we gave it up. We didn't bother trying to get in. The old Gap Cosh Hospital up in north of Glasgow.
I want to do that, but that's heavy board. Like, I think you would maybe get into trouble if you went into that one. I don't think
we took a drive up, and it's all the high fencing and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just no way you'd need to break down the fencing.
Yeah, I chanced that one. I think that's just too highly monitored now as well. Like, there's quite a lot of fussing about it.
Aye, because there's some of the parts of the old hospital, the annexes, they turned into houses.
Oh, right.
So there's people, well, the same as old RAH, there's a block of flats right facing the main building that are new houses. But we were told that there's about 4 or 5 people in the flats that are trying to sell their houses because of things that are happening in their houses. So paranormal sort of stuff. But whether that's true or not, you know, we know personal safety as a consideration. It is though. You always need to make sure you're safe and sound. But I would love to get in to an old abandoned basement or something like that, you know, Hart Hill. If you say you can get in, then maybe couple
I don't want to tell everybody obviously where the link rating is, but I feel like, and even on TikTok, like if you follow a lot of these people, then I feel like now it's kind of like they kind of share different things with you. So they'll say, how did you do this or how did you do that? And then they'll say, oh, I went to so and so, and there's a bit in the back you can bend the metal, or so it's kind of like that. So, do you know what I mean? Because they don't really share locations or certain things on their channels, but I think if they kind of trust you, then
I think I'm in some of the groups, and the people, as you say, a lot of people they say, I'm not telling you where it is, but I think the longer you're in that group and people get to know, you know, and they see you out and about doing your own thing and stuff like that, that they know, right, well, you know, this person's genuine, so I'll give you a wee hint, you know, I'll give you a wee tip how to sort of get in there. But Hart Hill, I would love to do. There's a Campus Kenneth. Right. There's Campus Kenneth. Sarah be able to tell us. That is basically on the ground. It's basically just falling apart. But it's got a fantastic basement in it. Campus Kenneth's near, just outside Wishaw.
Oh, you talking about the Priory? Is it the Priory? Aye, I've been there. One of my videos is that as well. But it was too derelict to try and like. I took loads of films round about it, and I was like talking to the farmer, a few of the fields up, but like the building was all coming in on itself, so I was a wee bit. That's when it's a bit dangerous.
Aye, we and my brother-in-law, there was a wee sort of hole in the ground basically. So we had to sort of shimmy in there, and it took us into the basement's massive, and it's relatively untouched.
Really?
Aye, so if you're going back up, the opening's round the back.
Right, okay.
And it doesn't look like anything. You could walk by it, totally miss it. But me and my brother, we ended up just crawling in, and it's just a big, massive basement. Eileen's asking, what is that abandoned shopping village in West Lothian, I think? Oh,
I know what one she's talking about. It's no, I was thinking about, there's a hospital up there as well, up in West Lothian. Oh.
No, we were looking at the hospital what's the hospital?
I keep going to Bicester, but it's no Bicester, it's something else.
We were looking at doing the hospital and somebody else done it. But I think it went on fire or something since then.
People were destroying it as well, and like it was getting heavy monitored for there, but when too many people go as well, it ruins it, isn't it? It's
aye, you get that's why Have you done Caldwell?
I've not done Caldwell yet. Is that, whereabouts is that?
It's you go up through. You're coming from Glasgow, so you'd go up through Borhead. It sits just outside of Lugton.
Right.
So it's kind of like between Lugton and Barhead. It's about 10 minutes from Barhead when you go up the Nielsen Road.
No yet then, but it's probably, so I've got like a book that I pure write everything. Sad. I've got a book that I write everything down, so it'll be on there somewhere probably.
Well, you need to do Caldwell. You've done Caldwell about 2-3 years ago.
Right,
And we
okay.
spent about 2 months investigating there. No solid 2 months. We've done, I don't know, 20 odd investigations at different times of the day and night and stuff. And the activity we got was unbelievable. The first 2 videos on our TikTok are for Caldwell.
I'll need to then. See, I'm still quite scared as well with some of that. Like, I love all the history side of it, but we've done 1 or 2 with the paranormal stuff, but I'm still a wee bit freaky. I don't know how I feel about it. There are few people that go away love it, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know if it's for me. I'm a bit scared.
I think it's so. Hi, Kate Doll. Kate is from San Francisco.
All right, okay.
Kate Frazee. Oh, my favourite place. Laura's wanting to get back to Caldwell. We'll get back soon, doll. I promise. But it was one of these. I can't mind how we found it because it's no well advertised, and it's a 280-acre estate.
Right.
I do this all the time. She's in Chicago. She's like, forget San Francisco. She's in Chicago. I always get, I don't know, for some reason. I get it right now and again. She's in America. There you go. Sorry, Kate. She's in Chicago. She's not in San Francisco. Caldwell is like a hidden gem.
Right, okay.
It's 280 acres, and you've got the main house at the top of the estate, but there's also other abandoned buildings dotted around the estate. Right. I think there's another 3 or 4 old houses. They're not in very good condition, but they're still upright.
Mm-hmm.
And
a lot of activity then?
Oh, aye. The thing we call it was a history room goes back so far, lots of unknown, no ghost stories associated with it. Sorry, Kate. Caldwell, it's, how can you put it? It was built in 1721, 1723 by the Muir family, right. Who lived in it up until about 1923. There was 2 mansions, one facing the other, but the other one burnt down. And in 1923, they abandoned it because they felt it was too expensive to run, basically. And it was bought over by the Govan Health Board. Right. But there's 2 different stories. One story is it was a care home for the elderly, and the other was it was a psychiatric hospital for kids. The only problem with Caldwell is the records were sealed, and it shut down in 1985. The records were sealed in the Mitchell Library for 75 years. So you've got another, I don't know, my maths is crap, but another 20, 25 years to go.
Before you can get them. Before
you can get to the records. So you're relying on, bits and pieces that you might pick up on the internet and bits and pieces that you might hear off of people. And you know yourself, Michelle, it can be Chinese whispers.
I know, that's that.
But we first came upon it, and you can easily miss it. It's just there's a single gate, and it sits back for the road a wee bit. And there's no sides, so you can easily drive right by it and you wouldn't notice this gate.
No one that I've heard a lot of stories about, to be honest.
There's no, you see, when we went to investigate it, we looked up to see if any other paranormal groups had done it, but we couldn't find anybody that had done it. I'm not saying it hadn't been done. We just couldn't find anything. Right. Any groups that had done it. I'd like to do the old Coronation Street set, abandoned and overgrown now, seem to be like. And the Transport Museum, the old Transport Museum in the Kelvin Hall. Oh, I love Kelvin. I love it in Kelvin Hall, Kelvin Grove, in that way. I know. The art galleries. I'd love to investigate the art galleries.
Oh, it's all changed again. They had all the heads all hanging for the ceiling for a while there at Christmas, but they've changed it all again.
We've not been since, I don't know, way last year. They took all the heats down.
Oh, they've took all the heats down. They've changed a bit up the stairs. There was like an Egyptian bit. They've kept the Scottish bit with all the like the Scottish history and stuff, but they've like added some more international stuff. But it's actually really, really good. Every time it changes, I always want to go and see it. But it's good.
I've been going to art galleries for years, and it doesn't matter how many times you go, you never get bored.
Mm-hmm.
You're just wandering about, and you look at the same stuff as you've probably looked at 20, 30 times.
Uh-huh.
But you're still going.
The one up at Edinburgh, up at near Berwick, the National Museum of Flight.
Oh, East Fortune.
Concorde. That was really, really good to see that. But I know I love them. The museum.
See, this is going to sound stupid, right? But I've always, after I know that you've seen Night at the Museum, after I saw that, I thought, oh, how would it be if that actually happened in the art galleries?
I know.
Can you imagine being in there at night and all these things come to life?
I'd love it. All day long.
You'd be absolutely amazing. It's well, come back to I was telling you about Caldwell. Jesus, see what I mean? We are easily sidetracked. So we couldn't find anything David Caldwell, so we went and investigated it first time, and we get tons of evidence. A camera, or with a locked off camera, that gets switched off. The rest of the team, they were hearing. It was really, really weird. I'll try and make this short, but as sensible as I can. We were on a stair. The activity seems to centre around us. We used to be the central staircase.
Right.
It's still there. You can still go up the top, but it's a wee bit dodgy. But you can still go. It's still solid. You know, it's just near rails around. But we had a locked off camera, and that switched itself off after about 6 or 7 minutes. We were doing it as a live, and so everything was recorded, so you could see the camera in the background that nobody touched it. There must have been about 8 or 9 years there, and the rest of them could hear what they described as a sharp intake of breath.
Right.
And it was getting closer and closer, but I couldn't hear it. But I go, and it's the second video on our TikTok if you want to get a look. I call it the Whispering Lady.
Right. Oh no.
Scott talking to another Glaswegian day. I say he's got more Glaswegian, and I didn't think that was humanly possible. I've got more Glaswegian. I've always been Glaswegian. I don't know. I don't know what you mean, Kate. Sorry, though. He's got more Glaswegian.
Probably means because we're maybe talking a bit faster and a bit more kind of slang. Maybe.
Oh, aye. Right, go you know. Thanks for that, Michelle.
Because I usually slow down when I'm on, like, see if I'm talking to, like, even my customers at work or anybody else, I always need to slow down. Because they're like, you're too, see you speak Glasgow, you're too fast. Like, oh, sorry.
I use, you're not a Ouija, are you? Mm-hmm. She has a Ouija, Eileen. Yeah, you try and tone it down a bit with it. But Michelle's right, Kate's right as well. When you've got American guests and that on, you do try and. But I think when you're talking to another Glaswegian, it's the same when I've got Rigger on. Rigger runs Spig. He's for Glasgow, he's in Pennylee. And when he's on, I think we just talk normally. Well, to us it's normal. Do you know what I mean?
To me, it's slow.
You think I'm talking so as long as you can understand me, that's the main thing.
Oh, I can understand you.
But so they were all saying you could hear this sharp intake of breath. I couldn't hear it. But I heard it was a whisper, it was a full sentence, and we picked it up, and I reacted to the full sentence at the exact same time as they were reacting to the sharp intake of breath.
Right.
Right, so I thought they were reacting. I thought they heard this whispering woman. They says, no, we never heard it. So played it back and over, and we could not make out what she was saying. So I sent it to, about, I don't know, about 10, 11 different people. You need to get posh for us in it. We've met up the island a few times and met up there in Edinburgh last year. And we'll be meeting up there again soon. So we need to talk posh. We go to Edinburgh.
I'll try.
For the East Coast people. Love you, Eileen. She's a great wee woman. She's nuts. Same as a pal, Nicola. They're nuts, but nuts in a good way. But I sent this recording to, I don't know, 10, 11 different people. And I said, look, Gordy, just tell me. I didn't tell them what it was. Just tell me what you think. And they came back and says, that's not through an app. That's in real time. She was standing next to you. Because with the app, you tend to get a kind of electronic echo. I'm not a tech person, so I'm describing it best I can. She says, that's not through an app. She was right beside you. But we could not work out. And then it was Jim Martin. We did a show with a guy called Jim Martin. He's right. He's an audio kind of expert sort of thing. And he says, I'll break it down for you on your show. I says, right. So he came on and did the show. And he says, she's asking, is your light better now? He says, if you watch your footage, you've got an EMF meter sitting right beside you, and it goes to red. So you move it over a bit, and it goes to red again, which very, very rarely ever happens. This meter will go to red. Right. And then she says, is your light better now? So
that would freak me out.
See, no, I was at the moon. But we got different, the girls, they get different bits of evidence as well through the K2, through voice, EVPs. The amount that we go to Caldwell was unbelievable. And we kept picking up on kids as well. There's a wee question for you, Dom. What YouTubers influenced Michelle to do urbex?
There's a few. There's one called YouTubers. No, I don't really watch a lot of YouTubers, to be honest. It's more TikTokers. But I can imagine they'll probably still be the same. There's Robert V is one of them. He's brilliant. He goes to all the abandoned places and does a lot of the paranormal stuff. Who else? Just trying to think. I'm not sure if they would be on YouTube though. That's the thing.
I think TikTok got a reprieve in America, didn't it? I'm not 100%.
No, it didn't. It was meant to be. They were saying it was getting banned, and then it didn't. It didn't happen.
Does Trump no sign something about? I'm sorry, anybody from America as well. I'm not 100% up on the TikTok situation.
I think,
but I was meant to get banned, but I think Trump stepped in and gave it, I don't know, 90 days or something, 70 or 90 days or something.
Can't remember, but what was Elon Musk not part of that as well? I saw him doing some sort of thing.
I don't bother with that guy. I couldn't tell. I know he's quite rich. He's got a big boat.
He knows what he's doing though. He's mental. Kids on his daft and he does these handshakes and stuff, but I think he knows what he's doing.
Well, to be worth that amount of money, I think he he just kind of plays it dumb at times. Your real-time voices at Hales Castle in Torwood.
Oh, I've been there. I've been to Torwood, the Blue Pool. Is that the Blue Pool that's there, Eileen? Yeah, the castle, and then
That's fine, Laura Doll. I'll mail you in the morning. Laura's still got EVPs for Caldwell. Yes, I know Robert D. What about Adam Mark?
Adam Mark?
Exploding
that
with
rings
fighters.
a bell. Adam Mark rings a bell as well. Exploding with fighters. Adam Mark. Yeah, that name does ring a bell.
Eileen saying, yep, so that must be the Blue Pool.
The Blue Pool. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I don't know what's at the bottom of that or some of the stories behind that, but that's weird.
So
have you seen that, Scott? It's like so the castle's there, And then it's got the Torwood blue pool, which is crystal blue. It's a weird coloury blue, but there's no ending to it. Like there's like big, massive like branches and poles that people have put down to see to find the end of it, and it's nothing. Nobody, I don't think people have been to the bottom or what's at the bottom of it, but it's a weird atmosphere. Look it up. I need to get the video up for that. I've got a video for that one somewhere as well. It's just not very interesting because it's just a blue pool, but stories.
That's the thing. Some people look at these places which have come to, you know, have you done the underground, like underground Manchester or Dover?
No, but we're going to do the underground, the railways, the old Glasgow railways.
Are you?
That's on our agenda as well. When the better weather comes in.
Okay. Good luck with that one. Did you see that rain the day? It was maybe sunny the day.
Oh, I know.
Had the wipers going with that the day.
It's horrible. We've tried to get a few hills in as well, and it's shocking. We did Tinty Hill, and it was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. The Broch. Goes back to Roman times.
Take care, Laura. That's awesome. That's the thing that lets us do up here, you know, our weather. I mean, I love being Scottish, don't get me wrong. I do. I love the fact I'm Scottish and Glaswegian, what have you. But it's just the weather sucks at times.
Yeah.
You know. And
it's all right if you love Glencoe and stuff and you like doing all that sort of thing, but there's only so many times you can go up in the snow and the rain and just.
I mean, I've seen a couple of videos. Always I've watched a few videos, but a couple of videos you look a bit chilly and.
I'm frozen. That's like, I should say, TikTok versus reality. That's usually take a video and then I'm like.
I mean, I used to go abroad a lot of years ago, and I always remember one day this wee guy in Port of Carmen came up to me, and I was walking down the front, you know, at the beach, and he says, "Oh, you Scottish?" I said, "With my accent, get away or something." He says, I come to Scotland I want to come to Scotland for a holiday. And I'm thinking, what the? You're looking about and, you know, you get the sea, you get the sun, the sky is beautiful. And you get the shops and cafes and everything. And he's, I want to come to Scotland for a holiday. I said, well, so you can buy a jacket, you know.
I know. Even see down south as well, they're all like, oh, I've watched your videos, Michelle. Like, I would love to go and see all the scenery and stuff. And I'm like, it's boring. We just do this because there's nothing else to do. But they're like, oh, Scotland scenery and stuff. But when you think about it, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Like it is.
I mean, it's a beautiful country. I'm proud to be. My dad was the exact same. He was Scottish through and through, you know. Mm-hmm. And just the weather. Sometimes you say, you know, you want to go places, you plan to go places, and then you get up that morning and it's bucketing the rain.
I know.
And you think, well, that's because we're doing a thing called the Wallace Trail down there.
Oh, you were saying that?
And a few times we're doing episode 5 next month. But the amount of times that we're working with the Society of William Wallace and CRA Entertainment doing it, the amount of times we've organised a date to meet the guys, you know, and then you got that morning and it's bouncing down. You think, like, we'll need to scrub it again. I think we need to put it off for about a year or something because, you know, it's either weather or illness or something, but the weather does play a big part because we don't do a lot of outside locations because we don't pay for them. Mm-hmm. So obviously, you know, every penny's a prisoner.
Of course.
There's no bad weather, only bad clothing. Well, that's true. So I went out with shorts the other day. Boy, that was a mistake.
What were you thinking?
Well, I used to drive the trucks. I had drove the trucks for years and years. And I used to talk about Scotland. I used to do the North Run. And even in December, you know, get the snows going that way. I was out with shorts and a T-shirt. I hated being all bummed up in the cab. So I would just wear shorts and a work T-shirt sort of thing. And I'd be on the back of the wagon, you know, unloading it. And these guys were all with high vises and big parkers and that on. And they say, are you no cold? I said, no, I'm fine, mate. I'm totally fine. But no, I went out the other day with the shorts on. Let's just say they're away for another couple of days.
Aye. Oh, it's still too cold for anything like that. So
We
I
never
don't
talk
mind the
about
rain,
clothing.
but I can't deal with the cold. The cold kills me. Can't deal with that.
I don't mind the cold. I think a couple of weeks ago here, I don't know what it was like your end, but here the temperatures it was like -6, -7,
Oh, aye.
and it just went boom. I think everywhere maybe the same then,
Aye.
but that was just too cold. Even to go to your bed, you think that leg's no moving.
Aye.
No, to this, you run to the thermostat, you run to the heating button, and you straight away you run back to bed. You know what I mean?
And I get dead fed up as well. That's the thing. Get so many things to do, and there's nothing to do. Nothing that you can do in this weather.
That's it. Everything shuts down for maybe October to, March time kind of thing. I mean, as we work with CRA Entertainment, the two guys that founded it, they're based in California. So every time you video call them or do a show with them, they're sitting with the T-shirts and stuff on. And we're sitting here in the rain's bouncing up and down. And I'm always slagging them about their weather. Always bring up the weather with them. And they're like, oh, hey, man, it's really warm here. It's like, and they say, oh, it's like 56 degrees here, but it's freezing. 56.
I love California. I've been a few times. I've been to LA, and I love it. Love it.
I'd like to go. Kate, I've been in Germany 5 years. You can never complain about the weather. I think they must be on par with us because they're kind of the same kind of level.
Yeah, but I went to Germany last year, Kate, in February to Berlin. So I wanted to see all the history over there, the Berlin Wall, which I brought a bit home with me. And I'm a bit. Are
you allowed to do that?
Well, you can. They say people on the street sell bits of it and say, "Oh, that's a bit of the Berlin Wall." Whether it is or no, got it stashed just in case. But I'm a big Pink Floyd fan. So they played as the wall was getting taken down, as Reagan ordered the wall to be taken down. So I wanted to see all that. But it was colder in Berlin. Came back to Scotland. I was like, thank God for that.
How was it warmer?
Aye. What, here? Aye. It was absolutely freezing. And I thought, it'll be fine. It'll not be that bad. Could hardly walk about. I thought, I'm Scottish and I'm struggling. These people were absolutely fine.
Always remember, you were probably one of the first people who's ever said it was warmer in Scotland than it was, elsewhere. I mind one year I was at Lanzarote and Germany loves Scotland. They're fascinated and love Scottish people who all want to move there. Well, there's plenty of room between Perth and Inverness, 111 mile and nothing, dog. So, the Cairngorms there's no bugger there. It's empty. So, send them here. But I mean, one year, I'm getting off the subject again, but we'll get quickly back on to it. Went to Lanzarote and the flight was at something like midnight or something like that, coming home. And so yourself, Lanzarote was at 20. I was looking at the big clock there, it said 28 degrees. So, cabbage here sitting there with shorts and the vest top on, And I'll never forget it. We're coming, say you start to descend into Glasgow and the pilot gives you the we'll be landing in 13 minutes and all the rest of it. I always remember it says the temperature is 1.
That's good. That's all right.
I was the only banana on the plane with a vest top and a pair of swim shorts on like that. 1.
We always go prepared. Anywhere we go, at least we do go prepared. But that time I went to Berlin, I wasn't prepared. I had to buy a cheap tammy off of somebody in the street selling them. I thought, I'm embarrassed. I'm actually from Scotland. I'm out here as if I'm going holiday. I had to buy a tammy and stuff to go and see the Berlin Wall. I've
not heard that word, a tammy. I've not heard that word in years. Jesus, that is a lot.
You know what
it's a hat, a bonnet. A tammy, I've not heard. How long it is depressing. I used to be coming down through the clouds and then you see the grey and then you're standing at that luggage belt for about 3 hours with flip-flops and swim shorts on.
Depressed.
I totally guess we're home again then. Eh? But anyway, back to your exploring and stuff.
I know.
See what I mean? These shows just can go just... Island's been on it, Kate's been on as well before. and they'll tell you can just go anywhere, basically.
I love all the chats. Everybody just interacting. It's quite good.
As I watch some shows, and you just want to go to your own funeral, watching them. You know, they'll come on, no disrespect, it's how they do their show, but they'll come on and say, tonight we're going to be talking about tarot cards.
Oh, see them?
Welcome.
No, they tarot cards.
No, I'm just getting tarot cards. It could be anything. Could be microwave ovens or anything. But you're sitting watching and you feel your soul draining out the bottom of your feet.
Aye.
Watching these people, and there's big gaps. You know, I think they call it dead air. But, you know, the host will say something, and then the guest, and then there's big gaps in it. And you're sitting there like that. You're taking bets who's going to go first, who's going to talk next and stuff like that. Right? No. So I like just a general laid back chit chat. If you talk about paranormal, that's we're quite friendly with a team in Nottingham, GSI. It was one of the first teams we ever interviewed, and they're more like family now. Right. And the last time they were on, the guy John, he mailed me ahead of the show. He says, "Listen, lad, calls me lad. You all right, lad? What's up, lad?" And he says, "Listen, Ralph, that's one of the other guys. We investigated with him in Sherwood Forest a couple of years ago. Ralph has asked me to ask you tonight if we can talk about paranormal." I said, "What?" She says, "He wants to talk about paranormal coming on because you never do." So it was hard though, but we've done about an hour worth of solid paranormal. I was knackered. I was exhausted when I came up.
I bet you were like that. I just wanted some normal chit chat.
He said, "Can we do paranormal?" You're cheeky. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what you get another Glaswegian on. This is what happens.
It is. We're quite friendly with Spig Rigger. He stays in Penny we've been out with him a few times, whatever, and he's been on the show a few times. And sometimes you just talk, because I'll say to him, you know, you want to do a show tonight, I'll say, "Aye," he says, "What's your topic?" I say, "I don't know." Whatever. Some guests actually do that, because I always talk to guests. Thanks very much, Kate, though. You know, ahead of time, and they'll say, "Right, what's your format? What's your topic?"
That's what I was thinking.
And I'm like that. I don't have a topic. I don't have a format. "Oh, right, what do you mean you don't have a..." I said, "Well, we just go in and say hello and see what happens." And they'll say, "Aye, no, that's fine. I love that. I prefer it like that." But when folks say, "What's your format?" I can tell you what a format is.
I look at an agenda.
Well, true. What's your list of it? No, mate. No, us. We just do plain and chatty, and that's it. But we'll get back to you, shall we, since you're the guest. What do you think?
I'm happy just chatting to everybody. I'm fine with that.
So you need to call. Well, so you did I'm going to get the pronunciation of this place wrong. Preceptory.
Oh, Torpichen Preceptory. Yep.
Preceptory. That's how you say. Well, that's a point. Tell us about that, because there's a wee bit of history there as well.
The history was basically, what was that? God, that was so long ago, Scott. There was a bit for Robert the Bruce who was there as well. So the era that I looked at was with William Wallace, where he brought everybody back there. It was like a kind of stomping ground for them. And they just kind of gave them supplies and stuff like that. But there wasn't a lot of history written about that one. It was more to do with the William Wallace stuff. But that's still kind of up and running, and you can still go in and visit that. It's up at Bathgate.
Aye, but I've actually spoke to the Society of William Wallace about doing that and including that in the Wallace Trail. I think that's how I first...
Cave's not far for that. There's a cave. His cave's not far for that as well. I couldn't find it.
All right, so kind of hidden out the road.
So do you know how there's a motorway? There's a kind of motorway dual carriageway up that way.
Mm-hmm.
And the location it's meant to give you doesn't add up to where it's meant to be. it like makes you park at somebody's house, which is weird, but you need to kind of go and find it yourself. So that's very interesting. So I would go back to that. But there's quite a few wee bits. I feel like you need more than a day as well. Like that, the day we went up there, it wasn't enough.
Aye, I guess that we've done a few locations and you go for a couple of hours, or wear them in, whatever you say, and you think, no, need to get back there. Like Caldwell, Caldwell is that kind of location. You can go up and you can have a wander around the house and stuff like that. But you think, no, I need to get back up because there's always more today.
Do you know, I'll tell you a really good one, which we were at just only a few weeks ago, and it was up at Helensburgh. Is it Cardross?
Aye, that's just along the road to Helensburgh.
Along the road, and it was St Peter's Seminary, and that is freaky. There's underground bits to that as well. That's where they trained all the priests.
That's a big place, isn't it?
Massive. So we took loads of films and stuff, but I didn't want to go right down underground. It was a bit eerie, and it was pouring the rain, so that like the underground bit was starting to fill up. But you would get a lot of activity up there, and it's got different parts as well.
I wrote that down somewhere because I watched other videos on it as well, and it looks absolutely massive.
It is. It's massive, and not a lot of people have been to it as well, so it's really, really good.
So I've got that. I do have that. In fact, I've got it down. This is Island. I won this in a raffle. I've not won anything in my life, but I won a Island in a raffle last year. I got a pen, badge, and one of these. And so I'm using it. See this background, everything keeps disappearing. I'm using that Island as your book up there, dog. So it's written in there. I'm going to, just to come off the paranormal for a wee sec, I'm going to embarrass you. I do apologise, but I watched one of your videos.
Right.
And I'll see if you click onto it. You took your car to the garage.
Oh, aye.
And
so that's me
garage,
just being a bit normal me, but obviously the people see the paranormal thing as well. I'm trying to get into, but I'm more history buff. I love all the history and stuff like that. And then their videos were just spurry the moments, and I get slaughtered for it. And I thought, I'm not doing that again, because I could go on all day with my stories, but I thought, no, some of them are savage, aren't they?
Aye. I see a lot of comments, and some of them are just quite brutal. There's no need for it.
A joke, it's a laugh. I'm just being brutally honest with you and telling you to try that. Do you know what I mean? The person behind the history. But I didn't like it.
We've got one or two like that in our group, and we'll put stuff up, and they'll try and shoot it down. Aye. And we've kicked a few folk out the group for it.
Just scroll on. I would never put somebody comment. They're like, "Why are you so dense?" I'm like, "Cool, I'm an investment banker. I'm not dense, but sometimes I make silly mistakes because I don't know anything about cars." But they're mental.
I did like that. I did like that video, by the way. I'm not going to get into detail, obviously, to save your red face, but as when I've watched that a few times thinking, bless you, you know what I mean?
Oh, there's plenty more of them. I should probably share a bit more of that side of things when things are quiet and I can't get out in the weather. But
you need that, the sort of human touch. We find, no doubt you find this a norm, Michelle. People in the paranormal, people think that folk in the paranormal, we're all just weirdos. Half of us are, let's be honest, we're kind of strange in our own way, happy way. But you need to show people, look, we're just normal, everyday people. Mm-hmm. We make mistakes, we go out, we have a laugh. I've posted sometimes up on the page, just sheer random. Mm-hmm. Last year we tidied her 8, well, she was 8 then. And I put up on the page, and I did a big long spiel, wish me luck today. I'm doing a job I never thought I'd have to undertake. I don't know what the outcome will be, but I will certainly try my best. I'm going into tidy my 8-year-old's cupboard, And then I done a thing after it, and I says, whenever your 80-year-old tells you the cupboard's tidy, don't believe him. It's a mass conspiracy amongst children. They're lying to us. Just stuff like that. Just
normal things.
It's we have fun. We do, and I mean we go investigating. You go exploring, and we'll have a laugh and a joke. You get these teams that go investigating, and it's straight. They're kind of.
Aye.
Is there anyone there? Did you see? I seen a shadow. That was a witch. Oh, that's definitely a spirit. Oh, that bollocks. Just go and enjoy it. Go and have fun with it.
I know. See if I uploaded some of the audio though, Scott, when the last time we were up at Hartwood and we were under the tunnels. And my pal's like that. Have you spoke to a spirit before? Like weird things were happening. Like we found a knife and fork, which weren't there when we went in, but they were there on the way back. So I took them home. Shouldn't say that, but I did. But he's like, have you ever spoke to us like a spirit? And I went, no. What did you say? And we were killing ourselves laughing because we're like, what do you say? We're like, all the banter and stuff like that. Are you there? Who is it? Come out then. You'll get your face punched. Like weird. And then I thought, see if we uploaded that, we'd get up. Nobody would take us serious. They would actually laugh at us. But that's just all the normality. But like having a laugh behind the scenes, that's all it really is.
We get better results when having a bit. You do. I mean, I've seen this in many a show, Michelle. People, just what you were saying there, what do we say to them? After we just talk normal.
Uh-huh.
Because, even though they're in spirit, they're still the same person as they were here.
Uh-huh.
So just tell her, hi, my name's Michelle. I'm just here for a wee walk about. I hope you don't mind, and talk about the building that I wonder what this corridor was for, and can you tell me what it was used for if you're here, kind of thing. Uh-huh. And it might take 5, 10 investigations, we've done places, I know that Eileen and everybody else has, where it can take 5, 6, 7 investigations before you get anything, because we always feel that, especially at Loudon Kirk, spirit needs to build that. It's like in real life, you meet somebody new, you want to get to know that person before you start getting into deep conversations and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And spirits, it's a heart with toast. Well, the spirit's there, you show up, they've never seen you before. They say, oh, that's a new face, don't know her or him, etc. But if you get back a few times, you say, right, we're back again. We were here last week, we thought we come back and say hello. Through time, they'll come a stage. Now, I'm not any expert in the paranormal, there's no such thing, but I'm just talking experience. That they'll, we have the Loudon Cut. I just noticed Eileen's comment there. A man shouting out my name in Home Bargains the other day. Nobody was there. You out for a sneaky shop, Eileen? What were you were doing? Especially she was into the sweeties and stuff like that. But as with Loudon Kirk, the girls in the team down the back of Loudon Kirk, they always refused to go in, to go down the back. They would never get near it. And every time we went in, we felt there was a presence, somebody, a man walking up and down the back end. And we had 4 or 5 other teams have done it, and they've all said the same thing. We found out who it is through time, but we got to a stage where the atmosphere kind of shifted, and the girls, they don't have any bother going down the back now. They're quite happy going down the back. So I think, you need to spirit. The spirit needs to get to know you, same as you need to get to know them.
Yeah.
And you just talk normal to them. Folk might say that's a load of bollocks. I don't know what you think of that.
No, I think when you let your guard down as well, I think the first time we went in, I was scared and I was nervous and stuff like that. But I think, as you say, when you go back in and you're just chatting to each other, you're having a laugh, then a knife and fork start appearing. I'm like, oh, they must be hungry and they're wanting their dinner. Like, and then you start having a laugh and I'm like, right, as you say, it is like a total shift in energy because it was freezing the first time we went, and then it was fine. There was no wind. Remember, there's no roof on half of it. No wind, no nothing. I'm like, this is a bit weird. But finding certain bits for the kitchen when there was no the kitchen was all rubble. I'm like, how have we not seen these before? Like weird things were appearing that I'd never seen before. I thought that's a bit. So as you say, when you get relaxed.
It takes a few visits to get communication, really. If you get, people, we've done a lot of Loudon Cup, we've got a lot to come there as well, but you get teams that jump from place to place to place, which is fine, same thing. We've done that before, we've done the odd investigation here and there, but we feel that you tend to stick to the one place, the spirit gets to know you, and you get more information out of them. And as Eileen says, her name was called out. We've had that at Loudon Cup, we've had my name, Sarah's name, we've had full intelligent sentences come out. Because Loudon Cut, there's a farm nearby where the people in the Cut used to live. And a couple of times I've been into the Cut seasonal. We've got access to the farm, luckily enough, and I've been in seasonal. I was up at the house, yesterday, and we've had EVPs come back saying Scott was up at the house. He's been up to the farm.
Oh my God.
And it's always a woman's voice, but you get, and we've got everything recorded on the computer. Be a bugger to find them because there's that much, but I'm sure Sarah could dig through. You know what it's like, you're probably the same. But it's stuff like that, and a couple of years ago, we two, it was Christmas time, me and Laura's other half, Craig, took a wee toy train and a wee doll doing the Cut and says, look, this is for the kids, it's Christmas time, we're going to leave these here, Merry Christmas. So we went back, I think it was the first or second week in January, and I said, can you tell me the gifts that we left for the children? And we go back on the voice recorder, toy train and doll. And it's when you get stuff like that, you think...
Is that a kids' hospital, that one, Scott? Is that the one I'm thinking about? There was one that was a kids' hospital, wasn't there?
No, Loudon Cup, we've also spirit talk to each other. We that at Colwell. No, Loudon Cup's an old cut card in Ayrshire, just beside Galston.
Right, okay. It's not the one I'm thinking about then. I was thinking about there's a kids one. There's meant to be an eerie one done that way as well, and it's I think it was like for maybe kids that were bad or something, or kids, and it was like a school kind of thing like that as well, and it all shut down, and there was a lot of stuff in the papers about it. Can't think of the name yet though.
I'll ask Sarah, because Sarah and Laura, they've been here they've lived other days down here. There's a lot of places I still don't know down here. But I can actually look at that myself.
Ones down there either, but I just know that it would be dead interesting to go and see. So that's on the list as well. I just can't think of the name yet.
I know near where we call the Q8 garage, no doubt you've heard of the Q8 turn off. Like Kilmarnock. Near there used to be a hospital, but it's all knocked down now.
Right.
I don't know if that's maybe, but I'll ask Sarah or I'll ask her, and see if they can tell me more about it. I'll try to think now. I know maybe a couple near Urban Way, I know. But I'm not too sure. I'll find out that for you, though.
And if I find out, I'll let you know anyway. I'll send you a mail and let you know the name. Well, I know the name, I just can't think. It can't get to my head now, but
it's fine.
Like what you were saying definitely does sound like that. Where there was wee kids and people were taking, I'm sure they were taking like toys and stuff, and it was a shame. But it got closed down for like loads of different reasons. But it was bad. It was a bad place. And this was a while ago, and people have just kind of started exploring that as well.
There was. That's going to. I'm going to need to find out.
I know. I'm like,
it's going to annoy the hell out of me, but I will find out. So, what's your kind of favourite bit of history? Have you got a favourite era in history, or is it just all history?
Kind of all history. I like the whole Cold War and all stuff like that. I like all that kind of stuff. Probably no any further back. Like I love all Scottish history and stuff like that. But I would say I like the Second World War and then the Cold War. I like a lot of that kind of stuff.
All right, I know. Mine's is the Tudors.
Is that before?
Tudors, Henry VIII time.
Right, okay.
Back in the 1500s. So quite a few years before the Cold War, 1500s and stuff like that.
Right.
And Pendle witch trials and stuff. We've done a lot of the witch trials.
See, it never stops. That's a good thing, though, didn't it? Because then that would be another era that you would unlock, and I'm just always interested. I just think once I've done as much as I can with that, I would go back again further into history. So
it's amazing.
good.
I think, I talk to a lot of American people and they say, we love your history because you've got a lot more than we have. We're still a young country, basically, compared to yous. Which I suppose is true. You know, I don't know when Columbus first discovered America. The thing is, I hated history at school. I don't know about you. I get kicked out of history at school.
I loved it. I loved history, and I love everything to do with it. Like, even see if somebody says, "Oh, there's a film like, I don't know, like Papillon." That's my favourite film. You seen that?
The Steve McQueen one.
Well, that's the one my dad told me to watch. So that's before then. But now they've made a remake here.
I've seen. See, I'm a bit of a blood and guts guy.
Right.
And I've seen the execution scene in the new one.
Yes.
Where they bring him out to the guillotine and they do the business.
So it's really good, but it tells the story amazing about South Kiana and the French Kiana and stuff, where they took the prisoners to Devil's Island, and it's all true. It's really, really good. I love it.
That's the other fascinating, when you're watching something, you know, and you know that it's true. There might be some wee bits in it that aren't 100%. It's like Braveheart. The film Braveheart. I've seen that, don't know how many times, but I love it. I think it's an amazing movie. And that's what kind of gave us the idea to do the Wallace. So the Wallace Trail is bits that aren't in the movie.
Oh, right, okay.
It's all wee locations in Scotland that are associated with Wallace that people don't realise. It's like, have you see the I was going to say the Necrophonic. The Necropolis in Glasgow. I don't know why the hell I was going to say.
Love it.
Have you seen the Bell of the Bray monument?
Seen it, yeah. Is it next to the Rennie McIntosh bit?
Aye.
Yes.
You see, I'd passed that hundreds of times. I didn't even know it was there.
Did you know?
No, I didn't have a clue. I'd seen the monument, but to me it was just a bit of stone.
Oh no, I like that. I like in there. Well, I like in that whole area. And Calton and the Barras and all that bit up there. I love all that. Even all the murals.
Aye, I love it. The only thing I don't like now, a lot of artistic license in period films. What's artistic license? That shows you how thick I am.
It's just like meaning they put a lot of art and stuff in that isn't true.
Right, aye. Go you know, Eileen, though. You see, Eileen, as I always say, I might be handsome, but I'm not too brainy. What do you think of them doing up that house, the oldest house?
It's the St Mungo's one.
Resurface. Do you think they should have done it?
I mean, I think it's educational. I don't think they should have touched it, but it's probably good for like other generations to go and see it.
It's good. It's good that the house is there, but see when I seen the pictures that they covered it.
They shouldn't. I know a lot of they shouldn't have touched. They've touched different bits and they've tried to make it older than probably what it was, but they've ruined the. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. They've ruined the ancient. I don't know. Like, they've took the oldness off it and they've tried to create something like that artistic thing that Eileen's doing.
When they should just have left it alone.
Yeah.
But not the Necropolis. I've been in the Necropolis many times, and I love it. The only thing I didn't like was the hill.
Oh, aye. But 2 minutes and you're up the hill.
Aye, but first time I climbed the hill, I didn't realise it went up in a zigzag. So you get to one bit, you think, right, next bit, and then you eventually get to the top. You know, you can see the gorbles and all the rest of it.
Aye.
But you're kind of flat on your back when you get to the top. You're like, Jesus. Do you know?
But that's when you sit down. You sit down and you just take a moment and have a wee look.
I love doing that. You just sit and you can see the majority of the city and stuff. A place I'd love to investigate up there, and no doubt you would as well, is the Royal.
Oh, aye. Yep.
the old
I've
bit.
heard a lot of stories about that.
The only thing is, with it being a working hospital.
Well, some of it is and some of it isn't. Obviously, there is bits of it where they're just all shut off now. But the stories that you hear in there are, oh my God.
I've heard a few stories, and I would love to get in there myself at night time.
Would you?
Aye. Oh, I love that kind of thing. There's a place near here called Dalcahan. It was built by the same guy.
The castle.
Have you been there?
No, but I've seen. It's got caves and stuff in it as well.
It's got a big basement in it.
Aye. So that's on my list as well. That Robert did that one, and it's massive, but it's quite far out for obviously me in Glasgow. It's a wee bit far out. It'd be a full day shot, but
for you, well, for us, it's just outside Daly, so it takes us about half an hour, 40 minutes for Kilmarnock. So with you, you'd be looking maybe, I don't know, about an hour.
Aye.
It's definitely a place to go to.
Right, okay.
You know, it's got a massive big basement, big long basement, and the last time we were there, we've had weird things happen there as well. In Dalcahan. We did it with Spig one night, and I've been doing the basement myself for a lone vigil. And I was doing there a good half hour, 40 minutes, just sitting in the pitch black, just listening. Never. I think the K2 flickered a wee bit, one of your three boxes, and that was it. So, but I went back up the stairs, and the girls says to me, we could hear your voice through the necrophonic. You know what a necrophonic is?
I like
it's an app.
Signals and stuff.
Aye, it's an app on the phone. Says we could hear your voice through the necrophonic. I said, but I was away down in the basement, and I wasn't talking. I was there myself. See, no, you were answering your questions. I said, hold on, you've lost me for a minute. I've been in the basement for a good half hour, 40 minutes, talking to nobody. And to see what they were saying is they were asking questions, and it was my voice that was answering them through the necrophonic. And it was two or three of them said the same thing. Aye, we heard it was your voice. I thought they were winding me up. He says, no, we're no winding. Spigger kind of came to wind you up. As Eileen knows him as well. He says it was your voice. So, and then a few months later, we Rosie Cardy, she's from Southampton, she was up with her partner, and we took them to Dalcahan. So it was Laura, Rosie, Andrea, and me. Pardon me, and I went for a wee walk, and they were in. There's this room. If you ever go to Dalcahan, you'll see it's a room with a metal door. It's a bit of a puzzler. But I says to the lassie, says, right, I'm going to wee wander, because I tend to wander off, you know. And I came back, and Rosie says, were you just outside that door? I says, no, I've been away wandering. She says, how? Because we could hear your voice through the necrophonic. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I says, and Laura was there. She says, no, same as what happened to us. I said, I've not been anywhere near you. I've been wandering. It's down in the basement again, what have you? Where they could hear the same thing. So you need to go to Dalcahan.
Oh, definitely then. I'll need an all day shot for that, I think.
Aye, but so you wouldn't explore anyway yourself at night?
No, I'm not that stage just yet.
No, spirits.
I know, see when it's happened to me, I've not actually been scared, or like it's no a scary feeling. I think it's just on my head. I think, oh my God, what if something happened? But really, when we've been in that situation before, it's like a comfort and feel like don't feel scared. They're not scary. It's just like wow after it. But I just think I don't know if I put myself in that position.
You see, I think a lot of people, I don't know if you want, a lot of people make the mistake, and I've said this many times, that they watch too many ghost shows.
Aye.
You know, and they see Ghost of all the rest of it, and half of them are bollocks, basically. You know, so people go expecting, you know, if they go to, you know, like Hartwood Hospital and you hear a noise, it's demonic, whatever, you know, that's going to kill me. I'm going to be beheaded in here, you know. Oh my, it's nothing like that. people need to, I mean, a few folk would say to me, I'm thinking about going out investigating. First time, what do I do? What's the best way to go about it? And I says, look, just if you want to go yourself, go to an old castle, graveyard, whatever. Just go, take your phone with you, take a torch, obviously, and just go and sit and see what happens. Mm-hmm. Says you could sit there for hours and nothing happens. I says, or you could get a wee bit, you know, activity. You could hear something, smell something. You know, it can be anything. Too many preconceived exactly. You know,
mm-hmm.
People go out with the expectation that they're going to go out and 5 minutes into it, headstones and tables are going to be flying about and stuff. See, it's nothing like that.
There's a Ouija board or something, what you call that, where they move your hand. So that's what it is.
We don't touch the Ouija board. I've done it. I always swore I would never do it. But then GSI, they're from Nottingham, and a couple of years ago we did Sherwood Forest. So John, he kind of runs it. He hates Iron Brew, right? Have you ever heard this? It's crap. He hates Iron. Exactly, Michelle. I was affronted.
I know. Black affront it.
So I says to him, right, we're coming down today, Sherwood Forest with you. So if you drink a can of Iron Brew, I'll do the Ouija board. Because I always swore I would never do it.
Oh no.
So he drank a can of Iron Brew. But I didn't tell him how fizzy it was.
Right.
He thought he was being smart and he drank it more or less all in the one go. You should have heard him. You should have heard him trumpeting after it. That was funny. And I said, right, I'll do the Ouija board. But I'll do it with Ralph. Ralph, he's been doing the Ouija board for about 30 odd years.
Right.
It's something that if you're going to try, you need to have somebody, because we don't know sod all about it, because we've never been interested in it. You need to have somebody who knows the board inside out.
Right, okay. Experience then?
He knows we're doing it. See, Ralph, I trust Ralph totally. He's been 30 plus years, he's been doing the Ouija board. And I've done it for about 10 minutes, and it sounds stupid, but you know, it moved a few times, kind of thing. Right. But I actually found it quite relaxing.
Really?
It sounds because
probably your fight, like nothing scares you. That I would be right out of there.
Would you be in the motor away?
Aye. Since you brought it out, I'd be like that, right? So in fact, since I seen him turning a full can of Iron Brew, I'd be like, weirdo, I need to go.
The can of Iron Brew, because he always says, you know, the Iron Brew tastes like warm. That's basically, you know. I said, and he was always moaning, you need to do the board. I said, right, I'll do the board. You drink a full can of Iron Brew and I'll do the board. How's that? He says, right, aye, fine, I'll do it. Eileen's done the board. She's a good evidence from the board. I'm not saying anything against the board, excuse me. I'm not saying it's evil or anything. Mm-hmm. But I'm in the frame of mind, if you don't understand something, you know, then don't try it.
Aye, that's true.
You know, I'll tell you a story about an experience on the board. I'm holding you to it. I hope to be in Edinburgh later on this month, because I need to talk to Jamie as well. I mailed him last week. Sorry, Michelle. I mailed Jamie last week, so I'm going to be hooking up with Jamie for something that we're doing this summer. So catch you then. You come meet us. It'll be jolly. You come as well if you like, Michelle.
Aye, Edinburgh is a place I've not really had a look into much. Bathgate, West Lothian, but no really a lot of the history. Well, there's a few things on. We've got St Conigan's Kirk and stuff as well to do up there. Things like that, but still doing Glasgow.
We started off in Edinburgh.
Right.
The Royal Mile and what have you, and Greyfriars and stuff like that. We're fortunate enough to be quite pally with Jamie Christopher, who runs City of the Dead tours.
Right.
We've done quite a wee bit with Jamie over the years. Edinburgh's history, don't get me wrong, I love Glasgow's history, you know, and even though I'm Glaswegian born and bred, I'm a bit ignorant of it, you know. I think that's the right word. But I don't know a lot about it. Mm-hmm. It's not because I don't like it. I think, I want your opinion on this. I've said this before in shows that when you grow up in a place, you don't take much notice of it.
No.
You know,
No.
you get near Gile Street, places like that. They've been there for decades, you know, the Four Corners. And I've seen photos when it was used to be the trams and all the rest of it. But you never take it on board because you come from there.
It's the same with the underground railways, and there's ones that haven't even, like, that have been closed off for hundreds of years. The railways at Central Station, certain
I never
railway
knew
lines
existed.
that never even knew existed, and you don't know because you think, God, I went to school on the trains, and you don't realise. But I think that's, for me, that makes it more interesting for me.
When I only found out about a couple of years ago, and I've been in Central Station, same as you probably.
Aye.
You can't count the amount of times you've been in Central Station and under the Central Bridge and all the rest of it. And the underground as well. But you would never think there was a secret, you know, secret hidden, whatever you want to call it, abandoned railway station right underneath your feet. And so when you hear about it, you think, I'd love to take a wander down there. It's the same out at Botanic Gardens.
Right.
There's a bit in Botanic Gardens. It's fenced off, but it's an old railway platform.
Oh.
I mean, you can climb out the fence. You're not allowed to, but if you were really, really desperate, you could climb out the fence. And I think some folk have done it because I've seen a few videos on it. But I've seen, you know, I've noticed that they do tours down the old tunnels.
The tunnels. That's where we're going to go. Glasgow.
I mean, that's how I don't know a lot about Glasgow. I know Glasgow at the back of my hand, but history-wise, I don't know very much because I've never really paid much because I grew up in it. You know, same as yourself.
It's constant, and I feel like, when you think you do know, then if I've been somewhere and I've did a wee bit of research on it, anything like that, then people will then mail me and say, but did you know about this? But next door there's something, and I'm like, it just goes on and on and on, and it's endless, but it's amazing. But
it's like our second episode of the Wallace Trail, it was Glasgow we did that in.
Right.
And we did 5 or 6 different locations. One was the Bell of the Brain. When Gordon, who is the convener of the, I think if you're the secretary of the society, he started telling us about it. You know, there was a battle here, there was a castle nearby, this is where Wallace fought the English and what have you. I didn't have a clue. You know, and even the place where Wallace was captured up in Bishop, up the top of Rob Royston, sorry.
Yeah.
There's a big monument, and I've drove by that thing. But I didn't realise that was the actual spot Wallace was grabbed by the English.
Just, you know,
and it's when you start to learn these things, you think, Jesus, I didn't know. And it's like layer after, as you say, you know, you get back and back and back. It's like layer after layer. And you think, well, what happened before that then? And then what happened before then? How far back is this actually? And then so you start digging. And it's the same with Edinburgh. You know, I mean, we love Edinburgh. We've done a lot, as I say, especially the Old Town area, the original part of Edinburgh. It's absolutely fascinating. Greyfriars, you know, the whole Royal Mile kind of thing. You definitely need to wander up and down the Royal Mile. The history.
I'm sure, does that take you up to the uni? Is there a uni up there, isn't it? Is it Queen Margaret? No, it's not Queen Margaret, it's university. What's the...
There's a uni there, it's on the
top of the Royal Mile.
No, the castle's at the top of the mile. The uni, I can see the uni in my head. It's where the other side of the castle.
Is that what it is?
Aye.
They do gigs there sometimes, didn't they? Used to do a few gigs.
The up of the castle, that's where the tattoo's done. The military tattoo's done.
Yeah.
And the inside the castle, even the Edinburgh Castle's fascinating itself.
I've been up there a few times. I think that it's just quite superficial now. I think that it's like Wallace's monument. It's been done so many times. There's not really anything new to see now for us.
Well, that's why we try and bring out things that people don't know. We're doing a thing in the summer. We call it Souls of the Old Town.
Right.
And it's going to be in the Royal Mile. It was CRA that asked us to do it, actually. We're going to film the Royal Mile, but places that old colleges on the bridges.
Oh, right, I know what you're talking about now, the bridges. They go across the railway station, she's meaning, I think, because across Haymarket, Waverley.
Are you meaning South Bridge of that, Eileen? As we're doing that in the summer, it's going to feature places that people don't know about.
Right. Oh, I like that. I'll tune into that.
That people walk by. I mean, quite example is you're outside St Giles Cathedral, you see brass-coloured bricks in the ground, and they're all in straight lines and stuff. That's actually the South Bridges, etc. is. They brass bricks mark the outline of the old Coldbooth prison. They used to sit there. And right beside it is it's called the Heart of Midlothian. It's a big bit of stone, shape of a heart, and there's writing on it on the ground. People walk there every day, but that was the entrance to the prison.
Right.
And so it's bits and pieces like that people don't realise that are actually there. Right down the bottom. Another quick example is the Guth Cross, which sits at the bottom of the mile. It's a wee stone circle in the middle of the road. That was the site of the old maiden. The maiden was an early form of the guillotine.
Right.
It preceded the actual French guillotine by about 200 years. Basically, the story is Edinburgh Council back then were running out of money. They couldn't afford a new sword for beheading. So this guy, I think his second name was Douglas, came up. He invented the maiden, which was a crude form of a guillotine. And it was designed so it could be taken apart and moved about the city for executions.
That's amazing, isn't it? I love all that.
And it's stuff, it's just a stone circle. Because when you stand there and you think how many people have died here.
Aye. That's mental.
There's that. So that's kind of stuff we're going to be covered. That's why I love it. So even underground, See, Irene was talking about the vaults and all the rest of it. It's just seeps. The history just seeps out of the place. Yeah. And so you need to visit Edinburgh.
I know. I will.
I'll
get there when I've done the hometown first.
Once your to-do list, I mean, I'm watching the time. That's near an hour and a half. Sometimes the time just flies.
I know, but we like. Honest to God, we can chat.
It's Edinburgh's, and the murder history in Edinburgh. Because, Birkenhead, and the World's End as well. Eileen will keep me right, the name of the murders at the World's End, it was called. And obviously there's been counting. Even Greyfriars itself, the Kirkyard. I mean, the estimation is there's 500,000 bodies buried in there.
Really?
Aye, inside that. Greyfriars, when it first came out, when it started off as a kind of garden.
Right.
And it was flat and level. It takes its name from a group of Franciscan monks who came up from England and lived there. And the habits that they wore were grey, so we call it Greyfriars.
Right.
But when you go to Greyfriars, you've got the sort of main gate, but you've got a big hill beside you. See, if you go down that hill, there's another gate at the bottom of that hill. That's the original gate, and that was the original level of Greyfriars. So over the years, there's quite a lot of plague pits in there, and the bodies, it doesn't matter where you walk in Greyfriars, you're walking on bodies. And some of them are just maybe about a foot or two underneath the surface. Jamie Christoffin, the World's End pub murders. My brother-in-law was the deputy super that put Sinclair in jail. So Jamie, his office is in Greyfriars. He's been there for about 15 years. He's got a tray of human bones. The people he's found are people have handed in. Because eventually, especially after it's been raining quite a wee bit, they tend to make their way to the surface. And he's picked up countless bones. He's got wee trainers and look at my bones, check out my bones.
Oh, that's dead. Oh, that's eerie.
But the thing is, he says the most haunted kirkyard in the world reported. But Eileen will tell you, we were there, Eileen's been there many a time, we were there last year, but as soon as you walk, it sits on a main road in and out of Edinburgh, so all day long it's busy. But as soon as you step into Great, it's like you're back in the 1700s. And there's a totally calm atmosphere.
Aye.
It's hard to describe to people. Eileen will know what I mean. The bones come up and Chillingham too. So it's a place you walk in, and I was going to say it's dead, but it's not dead, it's calm. But you always get, I don't know if Eileen feels the same, I find it quiet and peaceful. You always get the feeling,
peaceful energy.
Aye, you always feel like you're being watched. That's what I always pick up when we but it's not in a threatening way or anything like that, an evil way. I think it's more a kind of curiosity way. Oh, who are you? Where are you going? And they just kind of stand back and you get these paranormal teams that have done great. I'd say, oh, we met the Mackenzie poltergeist and he attacked me and blah blah bollocks. He never.
It makes me fear. You see that and you think, oh no, I don't want to go in
there. The Mackenzie poltergeist was made up. Mackenzie poltergeist.
You hear people getting attacked and stuff. I always thought, surely no. You get
that's it. This is where just before this is where people make you get the cut card and you're very much aware of the souls there. That's the best way to describe it. You know that there's people there standing watching you. But you get the cut card and you get the Covenanters prison, which is two separate areas. They're connected by there's a gate. That's where all the attacks have happened in the Covenanters. There's never been anything happened in the actual cut card itself. So the council eventually they locked the gates of the prison. Decision enough's enough.
Right.
Too many attacks. But Jamie, they're the only people with access to the prison. We've been in the prison quite a few times. So that's where most of the attacks happen. But the Mackenzie poltergeist name came about. Jan Henderson, who owns the City of the Dead Tours, he wrote a book, The Ghost That Haunted Itself. He wrote a book about the attacks in the prison. And he says, I had to give this entity, whatever you want, a name. So he called it the Mackenzie poltergeist. plain and simple. And the amount of people say, the Mackenzie poltergeist scratched me, he pushed me, George Mackenzie's. It's not there. There is something in the prison, someone. Right, but, it's no George Mackenzie. But 95% of the time, doing the paranormal, you don't get into trouble. You don't get battered and bruised. Laura, she got bum felt once. She was sitting in a camping chair and she kind of went, oh! So somebody grabbed her bum. I sat in the same chair for 3 years, Michelle. Nothing happened. What? Everybody was away home. I was sitting there myself like that. Come on.
Waiting for them.
But a lot of hysterical fairy stories come from great. It's not fair, but no. I've had my sleeve tugged. People have felt their hair getting touched. We things 90%, 95% of the time is spirits just try to get your attention. They just want you to know, look, I'm still here. So that's how you shouldn't feel afraid or anything. Because they just want to be acknowledged, if that makes sense.
Because the more I do, then obviously it's still early doors for me with that kind of stuff. So the more I do, maybe come back in a couple of months' time, be like, oh my God, I feel so much more calm and just. And the more you
do it, you get addicted to it. We had a guy who's coming back on Thursday, Craswell, actually. He was saying last time he was on the first investigation he got a wee small EVP. And he said that was me, I was hooked. I was addicted. And it doesn't, addiction sounds a bad word, but when you go in an investigation, you can't wait for your next one. It'd be like you with your buildings.
Exactly.
I've had my hair pulled and shoved and pushed a bit. you know, there's no serious death threats around. I mean, don't get, we've been told to F off and stuff. You know, Sarah, she's been told to, you know, F off, F you, you're a COW. You know, you do get spirits that will, you know, call you names. But that's it, you know. And I think Laura's been called a couple of names. You know, but Sarah, the Loudon Cut one night, the things that Sarah get called is unbelievable, you know. But you get, I don't tell you, you get spirits like that are just, you know, they're one of the nice people in this life. And so they're not nice in the next life. They just want to slag you off or whatever. Basically, that, and a lot of people put a scientific swing on the part. No offence to them. We don't, because to me, to us, the paranormal is just basic and simple. It's you're trying to talk to people who have no longer got a body.
But their soul is still there.
But their soul's still there, so that's basically what you're doing. And as Eileen says, once you've had one, whether it's, you know, hair pulled, a smell, it could be anything, you think, oh, I'm going to get back, I want to try that again and see if something else happens.
Well, I can imagine exactly. I would be the exact same as well.
You did. You need to come do the Loudon Cut with us.
I will, definitely. The next time you're gone, you can let me know. And I will, just to see, obviously, because you're all experienced in it, so it'd be good to see if a kind of different perspective.
Well, you're welcome to us any time. We're hoping to get done before the end of this month. And it's just, it's not what people make it to be, dog. You know, you go, and you could, we've been lucky. Loudon Cut's a place where we've always had something, even if it's a cat ball flickering. Because sometimes the spirits just don't want to talk.
Right.
You know, and you can have all the gadgets in the world. A spirit does want to talk to you, then you're getting nothing. That's the bottom line. You could have a spirit sitting next to you on a park bench. But if he doesn't want to talk to you, you're never going to know he's there.
No, I know.
You know, so we've always been quite lucky at Loudon. We've always had something. Some nights we've had loads. Other nights, maybe a couple of cat balls have flickered, and that's been it. You know, it's whether the spirits want to talk to you or not. And that's where...
You know, really good to see.
It is. You get, as Irene says, once you get that wee experience, you think, you know...
No,
like so that night, I gave my sleep to it. I did a lone walk, a lone vigil in the cut myself. It was Halloween. And I went for a walk myself. Doing the car. I done it as alive, and I was standing down the back, and I had two sharp tugs on my sleeve. Now, there was nobody there. Physically, there was nobody there. And we think it was a wee girl that did it. We've always picked up on a wee girl that's been there as well. So it could have been just a wee girl saying, look, hey, I'm here.
I'm here, exactly.
You know, that's simple as that. But I'll wind it up here. I'm going to bring you back on because that's the an hour and 40 minutes. We've been yakking. You know what I mean? But okay, when we come off, don't disappear. Don't touch any buttons. Just stay with you. So where can people find you if they're looking for you?
So I'm on TikTok as Michelle Mabel the now. And that's really it for now. I've not got any other platforms for now, but we've got a lot more to come. We've got things all planned for the next few weeks. So yes, if they want to see any adventures, they can have a look on there.
So as I say, I'll keep a hold of you so after we come up. So that's it. So give her a wee look up. She's over there. On TikTok, folks. Our videos are really, really good, really worth watching. And it's no urbex and stuff like that. There is a wee bit of a mixture in there. But don't look at the one with the car. Leave that one alone. No. I thought that was funny, but I'm saying that that'll make people want to go and look at it. Oh, I'm going to look her up. Where is it? Cheers, Eileen, Doc. Yeah, we will see you very shortly, dear. You have a nice evening.
Bye, Eileen.
So we'll be seeing Michelle again. We're going to get her back, and you'll probably be seeing her out in a couple of investigation ways as well to get her over the fear.
Hopefully.
But we're back on Thursday night with Kaz Creswell, gentleman I just mentioned a couple of minutes ago. He's coming back in to see us. And then Friday, we are off to Inverness for the weekend. We are going to Doning Castle on Saturday. And then we're meeting up with the guys for Highland Paranormal on Saturday night for a wee sit down, chit chat in Liam's house in Inverness. So we'll be doing photos and the usual touristy stuff then as well. So we'll say good night just now, folks, and we'll see you again on Thursday with Gaz. All right, so take care and thanks for coming in. Bye. Bye.